Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. Hey, are you as curious about the Artis Oval makeup brushes as I am? Well, I've seen all the YouTube videos on them. I've seen everybody else slap on their makeup with them. It comes out perfect. It seems to go really super quick and they get like a perfected application. And so when I was walking through Neiman Marcus in New York the other weekend and I saw them on display, I was like, oh my gosh, there they are. It was like they were shining at me and calling me and luring me in. So I went in and I bought a couple. I got the Oval 7 and I got the Oval 3. Okay, now these are both from the Fluenta line, so they have different handle styles, and the handle styles determine the pricing on the brushes. So since I was in Neiman Marcus, I ended up buying the most expensive brushes in the line. Who knew? So this one was $70. Help! And this one was $45. But there are some lesser expensive lines with different handle designs. So the Oval 7 in the Smoke or Elite Mirror line retail for $60 and the Oval 3 retails for $40. I could have saved 15 bucks on the set, which is still something, but they're still not cheap. But the rest of it, I would imagine, is the same. I think it's got the same size and shape head. They're really beautiful, soft bristles. These are all man-made bristles, so they are cruelty-free. They're not harvested from animals. And the heads are so densely packed that it really does feel like a substantial, luxurious brush. When you use them, you put your finger here and you just rub the makeup on. They feel great to hold. I have tested them with like 4 different foundations and all kinds of makeup application. I was really nervous to use them for the first time, and the first time I used them was with the MAC Face and Body foundation. And where the MAC Face and Body is so very sheer, I tried these to get fuller coverage out of it. Ooh, it's so soft. Wow. I don't know, it's not like gliding over like I thought it would. I'm so surprised. Maybe it's this foundation. Like the sales girl had said, first it starts applying like water. Oh, it's kind of dragging my skin. Can you see that? I do like how, with the edges of this thing, how you can get right in and up to all your creases and indents. So I thought that the Oval 7 was just okay with the MAC Face and Body. I feel like that foundation was so tacky and so sheer that it was really hard to tell if the brush was doing anything. I feel like the makeup went on fine. It went on about as good as it did with any other tool, but that there was a lot of drag on my skin with that one, and I think that makeup really is not very slippery. It has that tack. What I did love on that day was the Oval 3 for putting on concealer. I went nuts with this thing on concealer and I absolutely loved it. I was breaking out like crazy. I had like a burn on my forehead from my curling iron, and it was just kind of a bad skin day. And normally when I apply concealer, I use like one of these tiny little brushes, I dot it on, and then I try to blend it with my finger. And I find all that does is that my finger removes the concealer, but oh my gosh, with this, so easy. And I feel like it was because it didn't absorb the concealer and remove it from my skin. So far, absolutely loving this one. This one was still definitely on the fence about it. And so I wanted to try it with more of a full coverage makeup. So the next day I went ahead and I used it with the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. This one, when I did the foundation Friday, I found that it went on very nicely with a blending sponge, but it was a disaster when it came to putting it on with a brush. So I thought if this brush could correct that would be a point in this brush's favor. So I went ahead and I tried the makeup with this brush, and I gotta say, yes, it did apply the makeup far, far better than the other brushes that I had used in Foundation Friday. Oh, I love it for going around the eyebrows and up to the hairline. Ooh, that's so nice. This full coverage kind of stiff foundation, even though I did cut it with a drop of oil, it still didn't really blend it perfectly. There were some areas that weren't perfectly blended. So today I thought, let me try it with another fairly, medium to full coverage foundation, and that is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. This is another foolproof one that applies great with the fingers, great with a beauty blender, not great with a brush in my experience. So loved it today. I just loved how it applied it and made it look so smooth. It really distributes it perfectly around the face and makes it nice and even everywhere, and I really like that about it. So I felt like it actually made the makeup look for a brush much more natural. That said, you know, did it perfect my skin? No, not by a long shot because of how old my skin is, but you know, that's life. I can't really expect that, even though I always keep my fingers crossed and hope. I tried my Lancome Waterproof Under Eye Concealer with this to apply. Because this one is so stiff, it doesn't tend to blend when you put it on in a pulling motion. It just deposits and doesn't really blend it out so well. So I found today that if I use it just to press the under eye concealer where I want it and then just kind of flick it to feather out the edges, that, oh my gosh, does that work like a charm. Then I like to use a little more of this paler concealer right down the center of my nose as a highlight. And this is the perfect thing just for defining the bridge of the nose, because it gives you a nice sharp clean line there. I was just blending out my contouring with a different brush and I was like, oh, maybe I should use this to try blending out the contour. So I'll give that a try. I've already half done this side with the Beauty Junkie sculptor brush that I like, and that blends it out pretty nicely. But I have seen people use the Artis brush for that, so we'll do a side by side. And now we'll do the Artis side. You know, I really don't like to mess up my brushes by using them in different products. Like, this will really be a foundation brush for me. I probably won't use it for, wow, much faster. Holy cow. I feel like this side is definitely a better blend. Maybe I will start using it for more than foundation, because I really like how it blends the contour. I use the NYX Wonder Stick. I absolutely love this. This is the best like $5 contour you will ever buy. And I just scribble all over my face with it. Quick and easy to put it on. I loved how it blended out the contour that I was doing. Oh my gosh. All right, so that was kind of a lot of trial and error with these, and so what I found is that I like it. I'm, you know, like I bought these for myself for my birthday, and I'm so glad I did. They're not perfect with everything. There's still some things that I will use my beauty blender for, or that I'll use my fingers for, but this has beat pretty much every other makeup brush that I have ever tried for foundation. Like, not quite hands down, but pretty effectively. Does that still make it worth 70 bucks? Maybe for you, no. If you don't have the money, don't buy it. You can get, with certain foundations, just as good, if not better in application with a blending sponge, a beauty blender, which is 30 bucks instead of 70. So, you know, you have to weigh your own budget and what you can afford before you go out and buy something crazy luxurious like this. But if you can afford it, and you want to try it, I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. I think you'll like it. From day one, I absolutely love this for concealing blemishes, which is one of the hardest things to do in makeup. It really shouldn't, like, I don't know why it is so hard, but you guys know, concealing a blemish is like the #1 most difficult thing to do with your makeup. This made it so easy. So if you didn't have a lot of money to spend, but were dying for an Artis brush, this is the one I would get, the Oval 3. If you're someone who loves a luxurious makeup experience, has never been too happy with foundation brushes in the past, and you're looking for a brush that can up your game, and you do have the money to spend, then definitely the Oval 7 is the way to go. Like I said, you can get the Elite Mirror or the Smoke series for 60 instead of 70. I'll link them both below because, you know, who knows what you like. You may love this black matte handle design better than the other one, or you may just want to save the 10 bucks. The link for Neiman Marcus is for this one, the Fluenta series. The link for Dillard's is the $60 one. So use that link if you want to save the 10. bucks or the 15 bucks on both. So that is my complete review on the two Artis brushes that I now own, the Oval 7 and the Oval 3. I hope you found the review helpful and informative, and as always, I thank you for your time. I appreciate your coming by to spend a little time with me today. So have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.